This is straight from the Government of Canada, the Colored Hockey League of the Maritimes. Created in 1895 in Halifax, Nova Scotia, the Colored Hockey League of the Maritimes, CHL, evolved from a small ice hockey league formed by African United Baptist Association leaders into a competitive all-black maritime hockey league. During its 30-year existence, a total of 12 teams and hundreds of men played in the league. What I find interesting about this story, especially during Black History Month, is Canada was just as racist as the United States. White people in the New World took lands from the native population and then brought over slaves and indentured servants to build their free societies, while at the same time feeling threatened by these people they considered to be inferior to themselves. Imagine where society would be today if white people didn't feel threatened back then. Imagine if the communities Black Americans tried to build in the USA and Canada had been allowed to thrive, instead of being burned down or taken over by eminent domain. How much more advanced the world would be today. Events like the Spanish flu, World War I, and World War II might not have ever occurred if true liberty and freedom in the New World had been allowed to come forth. I can tell you from personal experience, if I had known about the women who made it possible for John Glenn to circumnavigate the earth, or all the inventions Black Americans made but were not allowed to take credit for, it would have made a big difference in how I thought about being told I was not as smart as a white guy. The governments of Canada and the United States were, and still are, a reflection of a part of the population who do not want things to change, meaning those who do not want to share or let go of power. Forget about race for a moment. Our species is doomed to destroy ourselves because of this built-in genetic flaw we can't seem to overcome. White people in Oklahoma couldn't stand to see their black counterparts, a bunch of former slaves and sharecroppers, doing well for themselves, so they burnt the town to the ground. Hitler wasn't the only white guy who believed whites were superior to blacks. Just look up eugenics. Look up forced segregation in the United States military, segregation in public schools, the Plessy versus Ferguson decision by the Supreme Court. It seems that racism is a part of our DNA. It can only be uprooted through education and questioning everything that you are taught. If Black history in the New World teaches us anything, it's that the victim will be blamed for the crime.